Okay, I have a button and I have a big square nail. I'll test it on the Deus, the Simplex, and the Equinox. I found this button, it has a horse's head on it, in a curb strip, and I found this in a relic dump with my Deus too. I was wanting to dig out some iron. I was digging a lot of iron in that relic dump that day, just to see what else we got going on. I'll start out with the Equinox. And I've tested these machines for hours and hours and hours, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours. Just like this, I'm always testing my machines out, right? I want to push them to the limits. I want to know what the capabilities of these metal detectors are, so I know what detector to take to certain conditions or certain tight sites, right? And I'll just sweep over the concrete, just to show you there's nothing in there, right? Here's the nail. Classic nail, right? False is on the iron. Turn the iron on. Park 2. It's in Park 2. And I'll show you my settings here. Recovery speed is at 4, iron bias is at 2 or 3 F2. Right, I'm getting the same tone. I'm getting the same tone off the iron as I am with this button right next to the iron. Right? See if it's this way. No. I can't pinpoint. See, that's the problem that I've had with the Equinox. I just cannot pinpoint if there's iron around a target. It makes it very, very difficult to pinpoint. I'm in Park 2, and I've realized that Park 2 is just, it performs the best in Park 2. I've tried in Park 1, Field 2, with all the recovery speed changed and the iron bias changed and just all the settings just different, right? And it just seems like the Equinox just wants to false on the iron all the time, and the Simplex does the same thing, right? My gain isn't too crazy here. I'll go down on my gain a little bit here. I'll actually go down to 11. Right? Super jumpy. I'll try it without that button there. See, it's still gonna false. I'm going by the tones, right? I'm not going by the numbers because I'm gonna be in iron, right? Just super jumpy, right? The slower you go, the more iron you're gonna dig up, right? I think that's right here. There's a nickel down there. No, there's not. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? There's a reason why I don't take the Equinox or the Simplex in relic dumps, is because of that right there. Right? I'm going to be digging up a lot of freaking square nails, and I'm not going to have that time to spend digging up that button right there, because I'm going to be digging up so many square nails, right? Because the targets are iffy in relic dumps, right? You're going to dig that pretty much with any machine, right? If you get a target like that in a relic dump, I'll be digging it, right? So I just end up digging up a lot of square nails with the Equinox and the Simplex. I'll show you here. Turn the Simplex on here. This is a 277 version, SP24. I'll take that button out of there. Oops. This is field mode. If you really want to look at the numbers, I just go by tones. If you're looking at the numbers in relic dumps, you're probably not going to dig them up very much. You're not going to get very many targets out. You're just going to get a bunch of 04s, right? You're just going to get a bunch of iron. right? 0 4s. But it's reading high, it's falsing on the iron. It's giving me high tones on the iron. And I want to do away with that falsing on the iron. You know, the Equinox and the Simplex, you can't do it. You know, whatever mode you're in, you know, you're always going to be digging up nails. You're always going to be digging up those nails, right? If you swing fast over that, it falses a lot less. Once you start wiggling it, once you start going slow in relic dumps with the Simplex, you're probably going to be digging up quite a few more square nails. You know, if you just swing over it fast, you know, if you see me in my videos when I'm doing my live dig sessions, I'm changing the speed of my swing as I go over it. I'm swinging fast and I'm swinging slow, and then I back out of it and then I dig it up, right? That's definitely an iron. That's definitely iron, right? I'll put this button in there. Watch how much it changes, right? I'm swinging faster, right? I'll try to hit it on the edge here. Super jumpy, just like the Equinox. Super jumpy tone. Going down the barrel. I'm not going to show you the numbers because the numbers mean nothing when you're in relic dumps, right? They pretty much mean nothing to me on anyway. Whenever I'm digging, I just don't look at my machine much. I'm digging up the tones, right? How clean that tone is, right? See how I can't, I'm not able to get that target on the tip of the coil there, right? I have to be right over that target. And that makes it so you're having to be over a bunch of iron too. So a lot of iron's going to be within the field of that coil. So it's only hitting it like right in here, right? I can't hit it on the tip of my coil. Actually, it's doing pretty good on that target right there. It's doing really good. Now I'll go ahead and park one. My gain's all the way up. I can't pinpoint it that way. But I'm definitely getting a really good tone there, right? Look at how fast I'm swinging. It's falsing on the iron, right? Total false on the iron, right? That tone didn't change much. Oops, a little bit too close. Actually, it did change a little bit, but that's kind of hard to decipher, you know. It could be a false, or it could be a good target in there. But usually if I get a good target this way, and I rotate on it, and I get a target like that, I'm going to be digging that one up. Even with the Deus or with the Equinox, I would have dug that target up with all three of them. But watch how evident it is in part 2 right here, watch. Nice and tight tone. I'm swinging fast. Nice and tight tone. I'll take that out of there. So you're going to be digging that up. You're going to be digging that iron nail up there, right? It's not really hitting it very good in part 2. But it's a much cleaner tone. And I'm still getting the iron right on there. I can't pinpoint that target. I can pinpoint it just a little bit, but that's a really tough target for both the Equinox and the Simplex. With my gain all the way up, right? The reason why I have my gain all the way up is because if you try to drop your gain down, that iron is still within the field of that coil, right? Your metal detector is still going to, recognize that iron is there, right? And if you drop your gain down, it's still hitting that iron, but you just can't hear it, right? Your metal detector is still processing all that iron next to that lower conductive target, which is a button. And you just can't set up these machines nearly as good as the Deus, because the Deus I can put it in a proximity mode, right? A proximity program. I have to discriminate in that proximity mode, but I can get so close to that target there that it can separate it out, right? With that coil there, because it's a elliptical coil. But the Simplex, I wasn't able to hit it right on the tip of the coil there, right? I'll turn the Deus on here and see if it'll hit it in full tones. You know, put it in the same program basically as the Equinox and the Simplex. I'm in hot program, just stock hot program, right? 14 kilohertz. I'm not going to be able to hear that tone. It sounds just like iron, right? I can hear it that way going down the barrel, and I can pinpoint it a lot better than the Equinox and the Simplex. I'm getting a high tone on it, right? And I can pinpoint it. But I'm not able to hit it on that way. I'm in 14 kilohertz. So if I go up on my frequency, I'll be able to reject some of that iron and pick that non-ferrous target out right next to that ferrous. It's starting to come through a little bit more there in 31 kilohertz frequency. Look at that, I'm able to pinpoint it a lot better in 31 kilohertz frequency. Now I'll go up to 74 kilohertz frequency and watch the difference. Humongous difference here. I'll take that button out of there, right? I'll show you. Just iron. Come over here. It's pulsing a little bit on the tip of that square nail right there. But it's not a solid beep. It's giving me those clicks and pops. I'll put that button right back in there and it'll spank it right out. Right? And that's full tones. That's full tones. That's pretty much the same, basically the same type of program as the Equinox and the Simplex, right? I'm going by tones, right? I want to clear that tone up. I want to adjust my detector. I want to dial it in so I can get a better solid tone around that iron, right? On those non-ferrous targets. I want them to stand out, right? Not really standing out that great. It's standing out good that way, but I want to hear a better target than that. I want to get a better response. So I'll just go out of that hot program, stock hot program, and I'll just go to pitch program. With pitch program, I have to discriminate because I will be getting high tones off of that iron nail right there because the discrimination is too low. It'll give me a high tone every time, right? It'll give me a high tone every time, right? So I can discriminate that out a little bit here. I'll just go in my settings here, and I'm at 14 kilohertz frequency. My iron's at 3, reactivity is 2.5, audio response 4. Stock pitch program. Right? Now I can discriminate that iron out. I'll go up to 9.1. I really like 9.1. Still pulsing a little bit. But I'll put that target in there and watch how much it stands out. I'll even put it closer. That's even closer. That's at 14 kilohertz frequency, right? I'll just change that. I'll do the same thing as I did in full tones, but I'm in pitch tones now, a pitch program, and I'll just change the frequency up to 31 kilohertz. That's really close to that target there. Let me back it off just a little bit right there. Look at how easy I can pinpoint it, right? Super easy. Now I'll go to 74 kilohertz. It's a big difference. I'll take that button out and just show you. Haven't quite discriminated that out yet. 9.4. I'm not going to be able to discriminate that out, just like those two machines there. I didn't discriminate in those two machines. But it's iron, right? Watch how much of a difference it makes. Humongous difference. Really stands out. All that iron tone goes away, right? I can tell that there's a higher conductive target in there, and I can pinpoint it. Or not a higher conductive target, but I can tell that there's a mid-tone in there somewhere, right? In the pitch tones. And this is just a stock program, pretty much the stock program. I haven't really made too many adjustments with that one. But I'll go over into, man, just has to start the song right now, huh? Relic program, right here. That's just with my pitch a little bit higher there. Right, put that button right back in there. I can totally pinpoint that target. And I can get that target out much faster, right? Rather than having to swing my coil over a whole bunch of times, wiggle it and back off of it and lift my coil up, just all that work. And if I have my Deus in my Relic program, I'll be able to hit on those targets and extract them out a lot faster because I can pinpoint those targets, right? Pinpointing targets is a big thing in Relic dumps, man. But you got to know exactly where it's at, because you only have a couple chances to get it out, or you're going to be digging up a bunch of iron along with that non-ferrous target. With the other two machines, the Simplex and the Equinox, I dig up a lot of square nails. With the Deus, I dig up very few square nails with that machine. Sure, I do dig up a lot of square nails with all three machines after I dig the target out, after I get the non-ferrous out. But the Deus just, it's hard to get that Deus to false if you have it set up right, if you have the discrimination just right. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.